Hello guys, it's Alex here, the Renegade Dyspraxic, coming back at you with another video. And in today's video, I'd like to talk about the subject of making money. I know it's probably perked your ears up a tiny bit, because you probably wouldn't be expecting to be the topic about making money to come up in a video about dyspraxia. But allow me to explain. If, like myself, you may have had trouble in the past trying to get a job, mainly because basically you struggle with interviews. I know I do, the way I speak sometimes, as you can probably tell from these videos. I don't necessarily come across as the most confident, because the words I say can sometimes get muddled up. And obviously, for any potential employers, lack of confidence is something which is not really going to probably land you a job with them. So, as such, without sounding like a victim, I've probably been working have been working in the past. I'm now thankfully working for myself. But in the past, when I have been working for others, I've probably been doing jobs which are below what I'm capable of, without sounding a bit of a victim there, or sounding pious as well about myself. But anyway, if you're in that situation, or even if you're in a situation where you're currently at work and struggling really hard to keep your job due to your dyspraxia and have troubles with organisation, it kind of come across to employers as if you don't really care about your job that much, and whether they should really keep you on because of that. If you have any of these troubles, then first thing I'd like to say to you is that it is possible to make money without having a job. In fact, in the last, let's say, 20 years, it's become a lot easier to do so, thanks in part to the rise of the internet, and far more money-making opportunities which have come about due to the internet. One of the earliest opportunities to make money online, which actually goes probably before the internet, but the internet has certainly helped, is reselling. Reselling is the simple process of buying something or acquiring something at one particular price, if not free, and selling it on for a profit on the various marketplace. In years gone by before the internet, it used to be done through auctions or taking your stuff to a car boot sale. But nowadays, thanks to the internet, you can now do it from home with websites like eBay and Amazon. You can also flip any products you have on sites like Craigslist or Gumtree, for those of us in the UK, which is simply a massive classified classifieds website, not a classified website, where people put up their own ads saying what they've got and what they're willing to sell it for. So yeah, you can make money, reselling. You can also make a bit of money doing what's being termed recently the gig economy, where you're simply working, or outsourcing your services or skills to whoever pays, and there are many websites out there which will actually help you, create a profile and attract potential interested people to come to acquire your work. Example is one of the biggest websites is one called Upwork. You can find them online, and once you've signed up and created yourself a profile, you can then start bidding for jobs for doing various tasks which you think you're qualified to offer to do. Subsequently, there's also another site, one called Fiverr.com, where it used to be that in the same process with Upwork, you set yourself up as a someone who needs some sort of a job to be done. And in the past, it used to be all the jobs were rated at $5, but subsequently since then it's now changed so that you can offer jobs, and you charge in increments of $5. So you can charge $5 or $10 or $15 or $20 for a job. Obviously, being an American website, it is dollars, but the money is paid through by PayPal, and the conversion rate, as I recall, is quite good. So that's another way to make money. You can, through the gig economy. You can also, if you have a nice car, you could potentially drive for Uber, or you could. There's another company in the States called Lyft, which is a bit like an alternative Uber, a bit like the difference between McDonald's and Burger King. They both offer the exact same services, but they're just both rival companies. Lyft at the moment haven't quite made it into the UK as yet, but at the time of making this video, I do believe they are launching into the UK as well. So you could always apply to be a Lyft driver, but obviously you need to be able to drive a car yourself, and the car you have needs to be of a pretty good standard. So yeah, there's that as well. One thing I've come across which I wouldn't recommend doing is online surveys. I know many people say about, I make loads of money, but to be honest, it's all a load of bullshit. I mean, I've tried online surveys myself, and whilst they do pay, you're probably going to get about 20p an hour for an hour's work. I mean, 20p an hour, unless you're living in, the Philippines or somewhere where, the cost of living is a lot lower. You're not really going to make any real money here through filling out surveys. So anyway, doing offering services or selling products online are two ways which you can make money without a job. And I say selling money online, you can also sell money. You can also, it'd be nice to sell money. You can also sell products, in car boot sales like people have been doing for years before the rise of the internet. So basically, I know it sounds in your mindset, a lot of you might be thinking, well, I'm not really a self-employed type of person. I need someone to tell me what to do. A lot of that thinking really, unfortunately, has been ingrained into you via the education system and probably well-intentioned parents. Because in society, the society we live in, the education system is very much geared towards creating people who will go out as adults and look for work, not people who go out and create work, aka create their own eBay businesses, but instead it's geared for people who are, actually, say, I'll hire you and you go and do as that person says. So unfortunately, the education system does strive for creativity, which likewise is probably one of the reasons why us dyspraxics find it very hard in school, because we are very creative people overall, and in many ways, many of us dyspraxics are naturally very entrepreneurial, but due to struggles in school and all that, and the fact that the school system doesn't really appreciate entrepreneurship, it was probably crushed out of you via well-intentioned, if not perhaps slightly jealous teachers, and also well-intentioned parents. But speaking as someone who is self-employed myself, I can tell you that it isn't anywhere near as scary or as daunting as as it's made out to be, and it doesn't require some kind of superhuman to be able to run their own business. In fact, I find it more riskier being in one full-time job where you have to report to someone and do what someone tells you, and knowing that any moment that what person can say, I no longer need your services, goodbye. So if you're currently in the job at the moment, I wouldn't recommend leaving your job and jumping straight out and starting up your own business, because that would be the equivalent of jumping out of an aeroplane and building your parachute whilst falling to the ground. Instead, what I'd recommend is, if you're already in a job, then you consider starting up, perhaps selling online or doing one of these gig economy works you can do. I recommend you do it as a side hustle, and if one day you can either keep it to a side hustle, or you can grow up to the point where if it makes enough money, you can pack in your normal job, the job which you're struggling with, and work safely, making money for yourself, doing the gig you want, or the job, the business you want. However, you could also just, as I say, stay in the business, the work you're doing, the job you're doing, and just one day side hustle on the side, knowing that you've got the extra security that if you were made redundant or given a sack, you've got money on the side, coming in from your side hustle. Hence, you're not going to be at poverty's door. However, like I should say, if you don't have a job at the moment, then rather than just sitting around living off benefits and trying to get a job, why not go for it? Spend a small bit of money, buy a few items, flip it on eBay or Amazon, and once you make money from it, use the money gained to buy some more stuff and just build up your inventory and your selling skills that way. And before you know it, you'd have a large amount of stock, many sales a day, and making pretty good money without even having to approach another employer for an interview. So basically in this video, I'd just like to summarize by saying that you don't need to have a job as being the only way in which you can make money. And if you're in a job which you absolutely hate, you don't have to just be grateful at the station you're at in life. It is possible, and nowadays with the internet, as I was saying, it's more easier than ever before to actually go out and start your own, money-making venture and potentially grow it into a full-time income. That's really the gist of today's video. As I was going to say, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And likewise, please do give this video the thumbs up. It'd be most appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe to the Renegade Dyspraxic channel for upcoming videos. And look forward to speaking to you soon. All the best. Bye-bye.